Welcome to Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report. I'm Mary Winkenwerder. As we age, preservation of the physical body is a serious vanity fair. Capturing the best of how we want to look involves utilizing the right resources in order to make the appearance go from drab to fab. For many, the only way to get there is to have surgery to alter the present situation. Is there another way to successfully address this issue and surrounding details without having to go under the knife? Joining us this episode is Dr. Cynthia Elliott to share with us a practical treatment solution to achieve these results. Dr. Elliott, welcome to Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report.
Thank you, Mary. It was nice of you to invite me.
All right, it's great to have you join us. So how can a simple dermal filler injection treatment lift areas of the face that were not filled?
It's an interesting thing that's really evolved a lot in the last few years. Originally, we used to use these injectable dermal fillers just to fill in lines and wrinkles.
Right.
And as the last few years went on, we've learned so much about how different parts of the face deflate at different times in our life.
Right.
So we have areas in our 20s around our eyes that start deflating. Our upper cheeks start deflating in our 30s. And each year, some of these areas become so depleted that it's almost like our cheeks become our jowls.
Wow.
When it happens, it really, you feel like your face is sagging, or some people will tell me that they think their face is melting. And it's because we're losing the frame underneath our face. So now the canvas isn't stretched over this full frame, it's kind of sagging down because the frame has gone down. So with the dermal fillers, what we attempt to do is put the frame back in the areas where it's gone down, so we maintain a person's natural look, their natural proportions that they had when they were 10, 20 years younger. But we want them to look like themselves, but just fill out those areas that have gone down.
It sounds kind of easy. What all can this type of injection treatment entail?
It's usually injections. We use either injections that stimulate the skin to plump up. We can use fat. We inject the areas. If we use something, a dermal filler that gives an immediate effect, we can see the results immediately. And we put it in the areas that have deflated, not necessarily the areas that still are full. And it's just great to be able to see your neck, the skin underneath your chin start to come up while we're doing the cheeks, because now we're re-expanding the upper face and it's lifting up everything below it. Sometimes we wish it would lift up even more below our face and our neck.
Right. So on average, what is the downtime for this type of treatment, and what all does that entail?
The only downtime is if someone can't be seen with bruises. Any injection, there's a chance of bruising. Most of the time, people don't bruise much, but sometimes people bruise a lot. So if they are comfortable covering up the bruises with makeup, they can go right on about their daily activities. With most of the current dermal fillers that we use or stimulants, there's really not any swelling, or if there is, maybe a day or two of swelling.
Okay, so if somebody is anticipating having this dermal filler treatment, what all can they do to prepare for their treatment?
Well, the best thing to do is to avoid anything that increases bruising. So at least a week ahead of time, they need to stop taking aspirin, fish oil, vitamin E, anti-inflammatories, and if they have at least a week off of those things, they're not going to bruise any more than usual. So that's about the main thing. Really, they don't have to do anything else.
So, and is there what all do they need to do in order to maintain the appearance of the post-op treatment?
That's a great question because I didn't think about that at the beginning when I was talking to people about it. But there is a certain amount of budget you have to count on each year, and the initial investment to get to reinflate areas might be a large one for some people, obviously. But to maintain it each year, they can usually do a touch-up once a year with a lot less than what they needed at the beginning. It's almost like topping off the tank to maintain that volume.
Gotcha.
So the yearly investment is a lot less. And then, of course, we keep getting better products that last longer. So we count on technology keeping up with us.
Wow. So is there anything that they can do topically, anything that they can apply to the skin, after they get home to help, maintain the physical appearance of that look, that captured moment they want to maintain?
I don't think the topicals help much with maintaining the fullness, but I think they definitely enhance the look of the skin. So if they use a good skincare product like a Retin-A type product, their skin is going to glow. And what's fun about this is people won't really know what the difference is. They know someone looks good, but they usually can't put their finger on it. So if their skin is glowing and their volume is a little better, people may think it's a new makeup.
There's something different about you. Did you get your hair cut? Yeah. All right, Dr. Elliott, thanks so much. Where can we catch up with you online?
You can. My website is probably the best way. It's www.skinspirations.com.
Dr. Elliott, thanks so much for joining us. It's been great visiting with you on the show.
Thank you, Mary. Thanks for having me.
All right. Catch up with me on my blog, www.beautereport.com, and on Twitter @BeautePublicist. Everyone, thanks so much for joining us on Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report. Have a beautiful and successful week. Mwah.